Before this video starts, I want to say a couple of things. One is that this is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the Last Jedi, I recommend you to watch the film and then see my thoughts on the film. Mainly because when it comes to Star Wars, what normally wouldn't be a spoiler is a spoiler. So to be safe, do a spoiler review. The second thing is that between the 27th of December to the 3rd of January, sorry. I'm going to take an 8-day break just to recover myself, and I will come back on the 4th of January with my Old Money in the World review, and then we will live off of another great year in film and television and geek culture.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
The Last Jedi is set about 3 seconds after the events of Force Awakens, and because of that we have two stories going around at once that collides at the end of the story. And we got one story dealing with Luke Skywalker and Rey, and having Rey trying to convince Luke to come out of hiding and be the hope that people want him to be in, and that the Rebel Alliance need, while at the same time she's trying to find out about herself, trying to find out who her parents are, trying to find out, you know, her using the Force and able to use a lightsaber. So you got the story of Finn, where the First Order is cornered the Rebel Alliance, and Finn is trying to be the one who's going to save the Rebel Alliance. I really enjoyed The Last Jedi, and this is probably the only Star Wars film since Disney bought Lucasfilm that I really enjoyed. Like, really enjoyed. I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, I just find The Force Awakens okay. You know, I bought it on Blu-ray and all that kind of stuff. I did not like Rogue One at all. For me, it relied too much on the extended canon and not make it accessible for the general public. But this one, The Last Jedi, is pretty much what you want, not just for a Star Wars movie, but a movie in general. I mean, no film is perfect. I'll talk about the stuff I don't really care about, but this movie has great character moments. I mean, there's fantastic scenes between, you know, Luke and Rey. There's fantastic scenes dealing with Leia. There's so many scenes dealing with Kylo Ren and Snoke. And this movie has probably the best, I think, best action CGI action scenes from the Star Wars films. Really, any of them. I mean, from the space battles to the lightsaber battles. I mean, I have a thing for like one shot fights, so I'm very like, you know, when I saw that in a Star Wars movie, I'm like, oh my god, it's awesome. But it has these big reveals. I mean, like finding out that, you know, the big reveal that everybody wanted was finding out who is Rey's parents, and finding out there's zilch. Like, there's just nobody. Like, there's some random people that we probably would never meet. I'm like, wow. I mean, that is a twist. Twist that, you know, there's no, you know, I'm your father. I kind of like, because it kind of twists everybody's head, because everybody's saying Obi-Wan, everybody was saying Luke, everybody say A and B and C. Unless they pull something on episode 9, but, you know. When it comes to Leia, I will say this. I think they handle Leia pretty well. I have an experience of what it might be for episode 9, where it probably opens with the funeral of General Leia, like she just gently passed away, got sick and all that kind of stuff, and we see the funeral. I wouldn't be shocked if that is like the first thing of episode 9. But, you know, Carrie Fisher did a fantastic performance as Leia, as she had been doing it for 40 years, you know. And I mean, at the end when they do the, you know, to memory to our princess, you know, Carrie Fisher, you're like, you know, it's like a bit of right there, like I was like a little bit choked up. It's like, yeah. And you I kind of like, I forgot that, like, oh yeah, she's not gonna be in 9. That's kind of sad. Kylo Ren is, here's the thing. If you thought Kylo Ren was just some whiny little bitch, this one kind of like, yeah, he's still whiny little bitch, but he's a threatening kind of whiny little bitch. So, big difference there. And when it comes to Luke Skywalker, I love this portrayal of Luke Skywalker because things change in 30 years. And just finding a Luke Skywalker who's bitter, who wants the idea of the Jedi's to end, for me, is fantastic. Has a good depth towards them, and of course, any scene between Mark Hamill and Daisy Ridley was fantastic. What I didn't like is the Finn stuff, really. I mean, it is one of those things where, like, you know it needed to happen, but how to say, just didn't care, because they were trying to do this, like, romance between a new character named Rose, which for me came out of nowhere when it's like the kiss. I'm like, okay, she likes him. That came out of nowhere. But for me, it felt like, okay, we needed it to happen. We need this to happen, but it's one of those like, don't we care? End of the day, I really enjoyed The Last Jedi. That, for me, who just thought Force Awakens was okay and you know, Rogue One a bad movie, this one, okay, Lucasfilm, you're heading in the right direction.
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down. Come on! This is not going to go the way you think. Fulfill